So here we are, and it's quite late. I'll just look up at the clock here. Do you know, I can hardly see. There's a big reflection of the laptop, you see, because I've got the laptop on. Let me just put that down, sort of close it up. That's it. 10 to 10. 10 minutes to 10 here in the west of Ireland, and it's still quite light. It's been a very hot day, very, very hot, and tomorrow is going to be hot as well. So I've had both the front and the back door wide open, let the cool air just come through. If you look over there, look just up on the wall, you can see the reflection of the setting sun just on the curtain and on the wall. You know, I love to sit in the shadows of the evening. Let me make out Jack's face there, just about. Because as the day progresses, there's all different kinds of light in the cottage. And then as the sun begins to set, there's all these beautiful shadows that I love. It must be the melancholy Celt within me. Although I think melancholy is probably not a very apt description of the Celtic soul. I think the Celtic soul was very receptive to nature and the world and earth. And this morning I wrote a blog on the website, the first one in over a month, and I try to put one a month up there. It's not always possible to stick to plans, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men, eh? But I wrote a little bit about well, I'll leave you to read it and give me feedback if you want. It was to do with how Bealtaine has changed me and given me a very different perspective on life. Or maybe it just opened up my mind more. Maybe that was it. You know, there's this wonderful word or this wonderful phrase, the awakening. And I think that is what has happened here for me. There has been such an awakening, and I see it as evolution. And I think that humankind has not evolved for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. That we've been stuck in a kind of a very much a human-made construct of time and space and energy. We've been sort of imprisoned in many ways, and we've been very open to that imprisonment. You know, we've kind of welcomed it. Because when we allow other people and institutions and governments and dogmas to tell us what to think and to tell us what to believe and to tell us what it is we're seeing and hearing, then that puts us in a very safe but a very cowardly space. You know, it's a bit like being in a very dangerous situation and just covering your ears and closing your eyes and pretending that it isn't happening. So, just stand up. I have my shawl on me. I've taken to wearing shawls quite a lot because I find them much easier to wear, you know. It's very easy to put a little shawl on over one's shoulders. I have all my washing hanging up there now, drying. It's been such a wonderful day in terms of heat. So it's just been perfect for drying clothes, and I've been pottering around in the garden. I've actually got a lot done. Because many parts of this garden are quite cool, or the temperature is very stable, regardless of what it is above me and above the trees. You know, deep within the trees, the temperature is stable. And this is such an important message that I try to, you know, get out to people all the time, that it's the trees and the growth that not only keeps the temperature here stable, but will keep the temperature on Mother Earth stable. You know, there was a lovely phrase used years ago. It's called Spaceship Earth. And if we sort of think in terms of this being a spaceship and us being aboard it, how important it is then to keep everything within that spaceship operating perfectly. And it seems as though all those people covering their eyes and ears and refusing to look around them properly and open their senses to what's happening. It seems as though they are not capable of dealing with the situation. Look, the white buddleia flowers have come out. Aren't they lovely? But anyway, I digress. As is always. The very height of these trees is quite awesome. And all the different layers and levels. It's such a wonderfully stacked system. And I think that's something which is a very powerful thing, you know. And just even looking at this Cotoneaster, you know, it was such a tiny little thing that was just put in there. Just a little hole dug in the gravel, and in it went. And look at it now; it's going right up, right up, right up, and it's stacking itself into this wonderful layered and stacked system that allows the bees so much food in early spring and allows the birds so much food in autumn. And it's spreading up and around the mirror and over the wall and down along the ground and around the barrel and up behind the barrel and over the trellis and up and it's just amazing. One little plant. Amazing. And this is how it's been all day with both doors open. Well, I'll just share the sunset with you before I say goodnight. There's a beautiful red sunset over there. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. And the air so still. So I wish you all a peaceful good night, and blessings to you all from Bealtaine Cottage. And thank you to those of you who today have purchased books, and thank you to all of you who support Bealtaine Cottage. Blessings to you all.